Hello, family and friends. So grateful to be in front of you today. Today is a big day for me. February 12th. 4 months ago, I started on my Cellular Regeneration Fruit Detox, October 12th. And so I am celebrating today because I made it through to a place that I never truly knew I would make it to in this journey of detoxification and cellular regeneration. And I have to say, the journey has been a journey. With the ups and the downs and the left and the rights and the all around and upside down, right side up, you name it. And I've never felt so good in my entire life being in this body as I do right now in this moment. And I feel so honoring of myself for the true willpower and discipline and strength, bravery, courageousness, surrender, compassion, love, self-love that it took for me to get through all of this, to get to this point where I am 4 months into something that, most people would say I'm crazy for doing. And so I've learned a lot, too much to share with you in one video. But understanding that the healing journey takes a degree of rebellion. To become truly healthy and well, we do have to go against the grain, because we are living in a toxic world. The modern day society is not very supportive in us becoming our healthiest, most vibrant beings. And that's a truth that I've learned along this way and knew probably even before I started this journey. And it's hard to swallow that sometimes and move beyond that and know that we have the power in ourselves, the innate power to heal our own bodies. And what I'm doing is not only a selfish thing that I'm doing for myself, for my own well-being in this lifetime, but it's for my children that I'm bringing into this world in the future, and 7 generations of my genetic code that I'm passing beyond me from procreating eventually. So there is a big undertaking that I have been going through. And as I had mentioned once before, it's kind of like taking a cloak on of detox and putting it over yourself and walking out into the world in that way of knowing what you're doing for yourself is greater than you in a lot of senses. And there's a sacrifice that I'm making, in a sense, to do this, to be the most vibrant, brightest, connected, full, glowing, radiant, healthy version of myself that I can be for myself and for the world. And so as I said, I've never felt so good in my body in my entire life. I have to say, a lot of the chronic pain that I was dealing with since I was 12 or 13, and then 15 after the car accident I was in, a lot of it has gone away. And I'm feeling freedom in my bones and in my ligaments and in my entire structure that I've never felt in my entire life. which is huge, huge, to be holding less pain in my vessel. And as the muscles are relaxing and everything is detoxing and unwinding, the nervous system relaxes as well, because it is all interdependent. It is all so super hyper connected. And so my state of being has relaxed. I'm more grounded. I'm not anxious. I'm not depressed. You know, these things I have been recreating relationship with, because during the detox process, everything that is being detoxed out has to come to the surface before it leaves. And so, yeah, I've been experiencing these things again, but knowing that it's leaving makes it really exciting to be experiencing it again. So I don't find myself getting stuck in the depression or in the anxiety or in the chronic fatigue or these things that I've been given, you know, in my DNA at birth. I was given a lot of these different things, different, you know, diseases, disorders, or, you know, things to work with. And they've been leaving my system. And so at first you do have to re-experience it. And so I've been really sweet and really gentle with myself during this whole process. I've been noticing my own inner dialogue has changed from things that were limiting and self-doubt, self-hate. These kinds of energies have been totally transformed into really positive affirmations of how beautiful I am and how strong I am. And naturally, like, I'm not trying to tell myself these things. It's just it's been a part of the natural unfolding process. And what I'm seeing, like, what all of this is, I've been really understanding pH, you know, the idea of acid and alkaline and pH in a whole different way. pH is not just the foods we're putting into our body. pH is also our emotional states, our mental states, our spiritual states, you know, all the different bodies that I am, physical and beyond, all of that is acid or alkaline. So am I thinking in a way that is acidic, or in other words, corrosive, or not beneficial, you know, something that's taking away from my experience? Or am I thinking positive, affirmative thoughts? Am I being real with my emotions? Like, these are alkaline, pH balancing. So basically, you know, what I've been learning is the world we're coming into is with our cells. You know, people are coming in. We with the study of iridology, which is so cool. I'm learning how to read the irises of the eyes, and you can see the different genetic degenerations that people come in with through what's going on in their irises. And by doing this kind of detox, you're actually changing the way your irises look. It's so incredible. But you can see the different degenerations that people came into this world with as babies. You know, it's no coincidence that 13-year-olds are getting thyroid problem, and that little tiny babies have leukemia and these things. We're coming in with cells that are already degenerated from our parents, from our grandparents. You know, it goes back and back and back. It's been told that 7 generations affects us, and we affect 7 generations ahead. And so these what we are all working with here is an acidic system. And the food that we're being told to eat, the standard American diet, the SAD, you see that diet, is acidic. It's acid forming. Sugar, wheat, dairy, meat, all of the main things that we're told to eat in this world are creating acidic, they're adding to the acidic conditions that are already in our bodies. And so what I'm doing is, by eating fruit and raw vegetables, which are, fruit is the easiest thing for our body to break down. It should be naturally, because of the way our digestive tract looks. Most resembles a primate. It's been taken away from us because of the SAD diet, how it's become corroded. It's hard to digest raw foods these days, but once you get back on track, once you get your digestion working with you, fruits are the easiest thing to break down, and then raw vegetables. And so this is what my diet has been: 80% fruit at least, and a salad every once in a while at night. And so that is alkaline. So I'm alkalizing my body continuously, and I'm also giving it only foods that are easy for it to break down. And so in that state, my body gets to heal itself. And so that's when the regeneration happens, because I'm giving my body the most easy thing for it to work through. It has all the other energy in the world to regenerate skin cells and kidney cells and lymph cells, and it's everything. And it's creating a balanced pH in my system. So without the acid corrosive side of chemistry, I am living in a more alkaline world, and my thoughts become more alkaline, my emotions become more alkaline, my body becomes more alkaline, everything in my realm is becoming more alkaline. And that is the part of chemistry where things exist and grow and blossom and flourish and heal. And in that alkaline environment, cancer can be healed, HIV can be healed. These things that we're told cannot go away from our systems can't actually exist in that super alkaline environment. And so the protocol I'm working through, the Dr Robert Morse has healed and cured people, hundreds of thousands of people, from these diseases that stem from acidic environments in the body, and specifically acidic lymph system, which is the main fluid in our body. So all mucus, like every fluid in our body that isn't blood, comes from the lymph system, and that is our main fluid in our body. And in an acidic environment, tumors can form, glands can get closed, chronic pain happens, chronic fatigue, all of the different things. Viruses are attracted to it, candida, everything, every dis-ease stems from a chronic acidic lymph system, because in that acidic state, dehydration starts happening at a cellular level, and so your cells are actually like thirsty and like dying and like stuck. They get stagnant. Inflammation happens, stagnation happens, and so everything you could imagine stems from that one truth. And so knowing that this diet that I'm on, this protocol, and the herbs I'm taking to help, push the lymph system, and getting the kidneys to filtrate, which is a really, really, really crucial part of all of what I'm doing. And I'm going to do a separate video on kidney filtration soon, because it's so important and there's not much information on it, and I want to tell you about my experiences with it to help people, because you can't really detox if you're not getting the kidneys to filtrate, because that's our main sewer system, is the kidneys. That's how we get it out. And so we could be detoxing and then just reabsorbing the toxins if we don't have kidneys that are filtrating. And most of us have chronic kidney genetically. So with the lymph system, and with focusing on the lymph system and getting the lymph system to be at its most successful flowing state, all the stagnation starts going away, and the flow in your brain starts happening, and in your back and in your body, and all the way down. You start noticing the flow in your body. You're reconnecting your cells. You're allowing everything to drain properly. Your digestion gets normal again. Like, I've healed my digestion. I've healed my chronic fatigue and my chronic adrenals, and my lungs and my head space feels so clear. Look at my skin. I mean, I'm glowing from the inside out. My thoughts are connected. It's easy for me to communicate with people outside of myself now. Before, I was so anxious and uncomfortable and didn't know how to be. And it's just, everything is flowing naturally. And it's all because I've been working through the old stagnation. And like I said, it's an interdependent thing. Everything is connected to everything else. And so working with alkaline and making a point of getting the lymph to be moving and draining and hydrated, I'm creating peace in my pH. I'm creating balance. I'm creating harmony. I'm creating a resonant field of health. And in that field, no disease can actually come into my space, because I am creating a field that cannot attract viruses, that cannot attract any more disease. And so I thought the protocol is a 14-week protocol, and I've continued because I feel so good, and I feel like I'm at a point where I've actually gotten a hang of this thing. Like, after 3 months, I'm like, oh, I can do this, for anything. In my recovery process from drugs and alcohol too, there's always been that 3-month period seems to be where a habit is completely broken. And so if you can get yourself to do anything for 3 months, you are winning, and you have made it past a major threshold. And I'm feeling myself on the other side of that threshold, so strong, so powerful, so connected, so ready to continue, because my health is my priority. It is my everything. It is this one life that I get to live. And why not be the most full, vibrant, creative, joyous, connected to my own genius as I possibly can be? I don't really see another way. No other way has worked for me before, or anyone around me that I've ever witnessed. And so, yeah, I'm just saying yes continuously. And my goal is to get rid of my chronic pain entirely. And I've been told by doctors and specialists that I trust that it typically would take 1 month in acupuncture, or in like a true some sort of healing modality, 1 month of time to get rid of 1 year of chronic pain. And so if I've been in chronic pain for 13 years, my goal is 13 months of this, and I will fully be completely rid of all chronic pain for the rest of my life. And so 13 months to me, especially after going 4 already, seems like nothing, and is nothing in the scheme of the whole rest of my life and my livelihood, and like my truest bliss and embodiment. And so I don't feel the resistance at all anymore. I'm finding ease in my being. My water fast that I just did a couple weeks ago, I went 8 days, and I didn't feel hungry, because I don't have these candida or fungus or parasites or anything in me that's trying to like eat, so I don't feel the hunger. So there's like a whole like layers that you get to go through. It's an amazing process. I highly recommend it to anyone who is feeling brave enough to take this on for themselves, and in love with themselves enough to give yourself the gift of health, wellness. I highly, highly, highly recommend this detox protocol, and it's the same for everyone. It's the same: eating fruit, most of the day. At nighttime if you want a salad. And it's the most deprogramming, deconditioning detox as well, because we've been trained that we need a certain amount of protein. And I've actually been learning and experiencing as well that protein is, that when you break it down, it creates an acidic environment in the body. And so it's actually a lie that we need as much protein as they have been telling us we need. And Dr. Morse says we actually need 10 grams of protein or less every day to be healthy, when they're telling us we need 20 or more. And they is, you know, the agricultural business and the milk industry and the meat industry. So it's been really deprogramming in that way too. I'm eating fruit and I'm actually building more muscle than I ever have in my entire life. And I'm stronger than I've ever been in my entire life. And I can hold my body better than I ever have. I have more energy than I ever have, and I'm sleeping better than I ever have, and I'm not, like, my teeth are actually better than I ever have, and my candida has gone away. People say, like, oh my god, isn't that so much sugar? I had chronic candida in my blood and in my brain, and that has gone away. I mean, there's so much deprogramming that has happened from this diet. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. And I'm here to get myself free. I've known that since a very young age, and so I'm just getting more free every day. And I feel so grateful that I'm doing this for myself, that I found this, that this exists and is so readily available. I mean, this man has over 800 YouTube videos, and he still makes them, and he's given the gift, Dr. Robert Morse has given the gift of health and wellness back to people who thought they were going to die, who the doctor said, you are going to die in 2 weeks. You know, things like this, like miraculous stories. And you can type in his name in any ailment that you could imagine or that you've experienced, and he will tell you exactly about it and people he's helped with it and what specific herbs to take for your specific thing. But the detox diet is the same for everyone. And yeah, get your fruits, start eating more fruits. If you're going to do anything for yourself, eat more berries, eat more grapes. These kinds of things pull out toxicity and help you process heavy metals, viruses, diseases, disorders, you name it. It's gonna all help you greatly. Any fruit that is water filled will hydrate your cells in a deep way and start moving that stagnation. It will start moving it. Go on walks more often, jump on your trampoline, do hot shower and then do cold afterwards. Treat yourself. I would highly recommend doing a little bit of dry fasting every once in a while. If you don't drink water at maybe 7 p.m., stop drinking water or taking food, and then don't drink water until 7 a.m. Just go 12 hours and treat yourself to, you know, getting your kidneys to filtrate a little bit better. It helps everyone, and it allows your cells to hydrate at a cellular level, which is really, really empowering to know that we do not need as much external anything as we've been told we need our whole lives. So thank you for watching me, for witnessing me through this whole thing. I appreciate all of you so much, and the support that you've given from afar and from near, and everyone who's thought I'm crazy, I love you, and I know. And I've never felt better in my entire life. And so, just endless gratitude. Much love to you all.